I think we could have closed out better. They kind of fought back, almost won the second half. But yeah, I think as far as like starting the game, I think we started real strong. Me and Jesse getting inside and getting rebounds. But as far as just, we need to close the game out.
So how hard is it to keep the intensity going when you're ahead like by 24 points like that?
That's what the bench is for. Guys got to be ready to play. It can't just be on the starting five, go out there and just keep the intensity up every time we come out. Guys that come in and contribute, do little things. We want better things from Kirill and from Angelo. We got to come in and play more, especially with this trip coming up ahead.
Nick, you got your first taste of beating ASU. What does it feel like?
It feels great. I mean, just glad I'm on this side of it.
Did this game feel any different for you, Nick, coming in? I mean, with all the background and your ties to ASU?
I mean, yeah, I think it did. I like to say it didn't. It was just another game, but I mean, reality, my dad played there, so I was pretty emotional, and they recruited me for 4 years, so I mean, I had a good relationship with all the staff and players, so I mean, it definitely felt good to do what we did.
You tweeted that you couldn't sleep. Was that just a bad night's sleep, or were you excited about this?
I was excited. I woke up at like 5:30 this morning. I don't know, I was tossing and turning all night.
You got dinged in your head. What happened there?
Just jammed my fingers, nothing.
Not as scary as we see.
Nick, do you get little glimpses once in a while of how good this thing can be when those spectacular plays come together? Like when you, Jesse, I think, you signed them.
I mean, I don't think those are the spectacular ones. I think it's just like on defense when we get 3 kills in 1 half, or, I mean, just move the offense around against that zone. I mean, we know that's challenging. And so, I mean, if we get 3 open shots in a row, I mean, that's really the thing of how good we can be if we just execute.
So it's not the wow moments, those are more for the fans?
Yeah, that's just for the fans, pretty much.
Nick, do you feel like, I mean, some of the dunks and alley-oops you were doing out there, I mean, is it more important maybe in a game like this where you're trying to keep it going and kind of maybe force a little bit against a team like this?
I mean, it definitely gets crowded to it in the bench. I mean, so, I mean, it gives us that extra oomph, but I mean, in this kind of game, you already should have it.
Solomon, obviously the fans get up for a rivalry game. How much do the veterans embrace the rivalry and kind of instill what it means to the younger guys?
Oh, I love it. I think these guys should get used to it. It's a good atmosphere when even the student section wasn't here, and we was able to pack it in and just show the importance of the game. I think these guys should really look forward to playing these guys every year. I really love it. It's my favorite game of the year. But yeah, showing the younger guys it's a fun game. Have fun out there. Even though it's a rivalry, we still got to have fun and play hard.
You guys got off to a pretty good start in the second half too. Is that kind of a key to establish things at that point?
Yeah, just keep going. Make them change it up a little bit. Other teams came out showing distance in the second half, and we just got to keep that intensity. Like I said, the first 5 came out and we were able to duplicate it again. But I think we just need to focus on taking care of the ball more.
Jesse, you emerged as kind of a scorer, consistent scorer. Is that a role you envisioned yourself coming in this year?
No, I mean, I just let the ball do what the ball want to do, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, I just go out there and play hard, you know, and I'm all in, I'm all there for my teammates, and, you know what I'm saying? The ball just so happen to fall their way.
How close are you guys to being what you think you can be by the end of the year?
Not close yet. I mean, we're getting there, I see blips here and there, but we definitely got a long way to go. But I think in the Pac-12, you know, we'll be right there at the end and win.
Jesse, you had a little bit of everything today. Was that kind of particularly satisfying for you personally, though, to play that kind of game?
Yeah, I mean, just having more energy, you know, going out there, being a running team, you know, coach stressed a lot, you know, pushing the ball from the guards, and I think it's easy on me because, you know, that's something I like to do, get out in transition and run.
Jesse, despite the sort of ups and downs this season for you guys, what encourages you most about what you guys can do? What have you seen that encourages you?
Just knowing that our team can get better, you know, knowing that we're not at our top point right now. I mean, we had some rough losses in the beginning. And knowing that every game, every guy, you know, comes in, you know, willing to play hard, practice hard. You know, we all combining together on and off the court, and I think that's some of the things that's going to make us great at the end of the year.
So
Solomon, is there anything specific you look at to measure how far the team grows over the course of a couple of weeks?
Just rebounding, like transition. I mean, you just look at how we used to play. We used to slow the ball down. It was more like look for coach every play. But you look at the guys now, Josiah, Mays are really pushing it, even on the zone. We're not really looking at coach to call the plays unless it's out of bounds. We just get the ball to the floor faster. We're starting to block, box out more. We get more rebounds. Who knows, when we get more rebounds than the other team, we usually win the game. So, I mean, we just watch film from older games and see how our execution is. And, I mean, as much film as we watch, everybody gets to see it on their own.
Nick, Cal just beat UCLA by 16 points today. Pretty open conference for the Pac-12 this year. How do you guys see your guys finishing the Pac-12?
I mean, we're in the position right now. I think we're playing good. And we're only going to get better. So, I mean, it's been no mistake from the beginning. We want to win the Pac-12 again. And, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much an open conference. So, I mean, it's anybody's go.
Well, with that in mind, with there not being a lot of tournament bids projected from the Pac-12, how important is it to win the conference and win that tournament?
I mean, we're just going to take it one game at a time. If we do what we need to do, we know what we're going to do, then we'll be fine.
Nick, when you were a kid, did you watch many of the ASU games in basketball?
I mean, not when I was really young, but I mean, probably teenage years is when I started.
Did you ever pull for either team?
I can't lie, I was a big fan of James. I mean, he could jump, shoot, stuff like that. I still like him in the NBA, but I mean, started swinging more probably about 3 years ago. I say probably when Russ Benham got the job, because I really liked him, and then Coach Miller obviously. So.
Did you ever play for Russ up there at all? Or?
Yeah, I did.
You guys feel it's turning into a kind of a one-sided rivalry recently, especially with your class?
I'm not going to comment on that. I mean, just like, I kind of look at it as like a rivalry. Like, you look at it when they're successful, and all you can say is one player, James Harden. Other than that, it's really been heavily one-sided. I don't think we should have lost my first year. I mean, but it was the first year, and we still split. But as far as like a rivalry, I think they have a lot of rebuilding to do. I mean, every program goes through it, but recently, yeah, it's heavily one-sided.
You say it's your favorite team playing song?
Yeah, my
Why
favorite.
would you say
It's the
that?
crowd. Just like you build up, you feed off the crowd. First tip, me and Jesse was riled up for the game. You just hear the crowd behind you. It's a different emotion about the game than any other game.
Do you think maybe for a guy like you, maybe SC or UCLA, being from LA, or you find it?
I look at UCLA. That trip that's always a different trip. It's a hard trip. It's one of our hardest trips that we play. I say that's hard. Yeah, it probably is the hardest trip that we play. I mean, we haven't been successful lately on that trip. But yeah, I look forward to it.
Jesse, what's your mindset when you're facing ASU?
I mean, just like any other game, of course it's always going to be the biggest game because it's a rivalry school. But definitely just go out there and beat them, you know, and, not just beat them by 1 or 2 points and try to make a statement, you know. I think that's something we try to go out there tonight and do.
Anything else for the guys?